Hello game fans and welcome to another feature from Gaming Debugged. Death comes to us all, but in most cases it's to reap our immortal souls or to take us up to the land of the dead. However, in video games you are no stranger to death, as regular respawning and additional lives mean that you pop back into digital existence ready for another go. Video games also enjoy the benefit of giving players a chance at meeting death, or fighting death, or even taking up the mantle of death himself. To celebrate the unusual relationship that gamers have with the Grim Reaper in all of his forms, we're going to run down 13 games with death as a key character. Manual Samuel, the kick-flipping death. This amusing indie game sees selfish Sam die and get sent to hell. Sam then makes a deal with the skateboarding-obsessed Death to come back to life if he can survive 24 hours controlling all of his bodily functions manually. This hilarious mechanic and completely oddball story makes for a fun game in which you start by learning how to breathe manually and eventually end up being thrown in jail with Death, accidentally killing 300 orphans, possessing a demon, and take on Satan himself. When Death finally lands a kickflip, Satan is super jealous.
Hey, sorry to interrupt, whatever this is, but I think there's a small chance I may have died, somehow.
Flipping Death, the replacement Death. In Flipping Death, you play Penny, a recently deceased woman who meets Death only to be given his job while Death goes on holiday to the moon. Penny soon learns that she can help the variety of restless spirits with their unfinished business by jumping between the land of the dead and the land of the living. By possessing these colourful characters, you can help them, but also uncover more about how you died.
Sorry for the wait, Mr. Flores. I am ready to take you now. But I'm your friend. My name's Manny Calavera. I'm your new travel agent.
I don't want a new travel agent.
Grim Fandango, the travel agent Death. Grim Fandango takes place in the land of the dead, the 8th underworld, where recently departed souls aim to make their way to the land of eternal rest, the 9th underworld. However, the more good deeds you do whilst you're alive gives you currency in the afterlife to make your travel arrangements. Good people can take the fast train, whilst the bad must walk the long 4-year trip. In this game, you meet one Death at the Department of Death, who acts as your travel agent, whose job it is to escort your soul to the next life. Coffin Dodgers, the speedy Death. When the residents of Sunny Pines settled down for their retirement, they didn't realise that they would need to challenge the Grim Reaper himself to a mobility scooter racing championship for their very souls. If they can prove themselves to be fast and full of life, surviving and ultimately winning the championship, then he will allow them to live. However, too slow, and they will be condemned to the retirement village in the sky.
You are Death. Welcome.
Death and Taxes, the office Death. In Death and Taxes, you play Death stuck doing the worst job in the world. You are stuck behind a desk and you must choose the fate of the various people or files that pass through your department. You are given a short description of each and you choose whether they live or die. With each choice, you find out how they impacted the future and link to the outcome at the end. This might be the proverbial graveyard shift, but the story is both funny and engaging and makes all the paperwork worthwhile. Darksiders 2, the Warrior Death. Death is the eldest and most powerful of the 4 horsemen. Having fought alongside the angels to kill all but 4 of his own kind, Death is cold, determined and intense. However, he is deeply loyal and cares greatly for his remaining family, as shown when he gives up his life for his brother War.
The darkness of men's hearts, drawn to these cursed medallions.
Kingdom Hearts 2, the Cursed Death. The Grim Reaper in Kingdom Hearts 2 is one of the bosses at Port Royal. When the player meets Jack Sparrow, they learn that the Aztec god has been disturbed again and the curse has returned. By exploiting the curse, the Grim Reaper can become undead and invulnerable to attacks, making him tricky to beat. This more colourful version of Death replaces the long black coat for a more Aztec-inspired suit of armour. Scribblenauts, the deity Death. Death is the most dangerous NPC in Scribblenauts, capable of killing any living creature with a single touch. With 250 health points, he is very tricky to kill, even with a bazooka, and is better off avoided. If you can't avoid him, try to blind him, as this will help you avoid his deathly touch.
I'll have a number 4, with hash browns. Hold the onions.
Death Jr., the childish Death. In Death Jr., you play Death's son, Death Jr., or DJ for short. On a school trip to a museum, DJ opens a magical box to impress his friend Pandora, only for all hell to break loose. Literally. DJ and his crazy bunch of Tim Burton-esque friends must save the day whilst keeping the truth from Death himself.
I can't lie to him. You can always tell.
You won't see daylight till your mom hits menopause.
Dante's Inferno, the robbed Death. Death is the first boss fight in Dante's Inferno, after Dante is pulled from the land of the living after being killed by an assassin. Dante refuses to go to hell and battles the Grim Reaper before finally taking his scythe, the weapon that he will then wield for the rest of his journey through hell.
The bishop assured us.
Come, face eternity. Soon you'll be joined by those whose lives you have ruined, whose souls you have damned.
The Sims, the working Death. Just before your sim dies, the Grim Reaper appears to take them to the Netherworld. However, Death can be an interactive experience in The Sims, as you can use this time to chat to him about poetry or politics, scream and shout at him if you like, or even flirt and marry him. But he doesn't stick around long and he disappears in a poof of smoke. Death's Door, the subcontracted Death. In Death's Door, you play a crow who works for the Reaping Commission, an agency that now collects souls of the living. The agency is run by the Lord of Doors, who made an arrangement with Death to collect souls on his behalf. Once the arrangement is placed, the now immortal Lord of Doors imprisoned Death, and it's up to you to tear down all the new bureaucracy.
Right. Hello. My name's Greg, the Grim Reaper. Don't laugh.
CONKER'S Bad Fur Day, the short Death. Greg the Grim Reaper is a particularly short Reaper who begrudgingly assists Conker in CONKER'S Bad Fur Day and Conker Live and Reloaded. He is most known for his humorous hatred of cats and the undead, and tries to use a megaphone to sound more scary. Other honourable mentions go to Castlevania and Ghouls and Ghosts, however they are quite old now, so we've left them off this list. If this list has been useful, then please give it a like, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel and ding that bell, and I'll be back with another feature very soon.
Finish him!